what's up, YouTube? It's Russell. Russell. Make sure you guys subscribe. The button's right at the top. Thumbs up the video. Leave a comment at the bottom. Watch previous videos. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about the 2011 Grammys. So the Grammys kicked off with a tribute to Aretha Franklin. And this is going to be Christina Aguilera's first time performance since the Super Bowl where she forgot the lyrics and she kind of sung kind of wild and crazy. She redeemed herself last night. She hit notes that I haven't heard her hit since back in Genie and Bottle days and when she was back in Princess of Pop. And she did an excellent job, and she did remember all her lyrics from what I heard. And her and the rest of the ladies all did a wonderful job. And it's kind of to say that it's hard to say that you're going to over-sing a Aretha Franklin song. Since you're paying tribute to her and paying homage to her, you got to over-sing the song because that's how she naturally does it. And, when you're singing next to Jennifer Hudson and a gospel singer like Yolanda Adams, they usually do over-sing, and from what she did not over-sing at all. All the ladies did an excellent job, and, Aretha Franklin, the only reason they wanted to honor her before she passed away because they felt as though she was ill with the pancreatic cancer, I believe that they said she had. And though she said she doesn't have it, there's a difference between being positive, which is cancer is a disease, you have to be positive, and being in denial. And it seems as though she's in denial because she did look sick when they did show her a teleprompter. But with that said, everyone did an excellent job doing the Aretha Franklin tribute. Lady Gaga was next up to perform. One thing I commend about her is that she does the performance from before the performance even started. She was in a giant egg. Everyone was talking about this on Twitter, on Facebook, and on the news and on the internet. Was going crazy saying Lady Gaga showed up to the Grammys in an egg. Her single was called Born This Way, and what she was going to do was she was basically a fetus inside of this egg, and she's going to be born onto the stage. And what I enjoy about her is the fact that she is the same artist. She's the artist throughout the whole thing. She's going to do the performance even before even entering the red carpet. So that's what I enjoy about her. But this craziness is going so far that when she does something simple, it kind of is lackluster for a Lady Gaga performance. Besides for the giant egg, she didn't do anything much that was, crazy or out there or different. And, it wasn't a typical Lady Gaga performance, and it kind of fell flat because performance was hyped up as well as the song, and it was very simple. She looked as though she got lost in her dance moves and her dance step and lost in her hair and lost in trying to make sure she did everything so hard. It's almost as though she tried too hard and she got lost in it because she was trying too hard. And for the performance to be so simple for a song that she says to be so hyped up, and the performance to be overly hyped up, and everyone talking about it, it kind of fell flat, especially with the lyrics. They're kind of cheesy pop song kind of lyrics that the performance needed to have more interpretation and more depth to it for us to feel more emotion to the song. But she also won Album of the Year for Pop Album of the Year, rather, and she won Pop Album of the Year. And when she went on stage, she thanked everybody, and she said that Born This Way was actually dedicated to Whitney Houston. When she was writing it, she was thinking about Whitney Houston. She knows that she was actually thinking of Madonna. When I was watching the news this morning, actually, they said that her hair even looked similar to Madonna. And I was in class today. My teacher was talking about how Lady Gaga is the current 20 years later version of Madonna. And she knows that the song sounds just like Express Yourself. Madonna knows that. That's why her team is relaunching her YouTube page and is putting on videos of her performing Express Yourself, Madonna rather. And they're thinking about relaunching the song as a new single again. And it just seems as though Madonna is one of the next artists to say, hey, look, you're copying me. And Lady Gaga would look and say, I don't care, and saying this song I was thinking about Whitney Houston, when there's nothing about Whitney Houston. The song is more Lady Gaga and Madonna rather than Lady Gaga and Whitney Houston. Next up to perform, B.O.B. performed, and he showed improved. He showed me that the reason why he was nominated by his performance. He's a pretty decent rapper slash singer. Bruno Mars, on the other hand, he didn't do as good of a job as I was hoping. I'm not a huge fan of his, but I liked how he switched up Grenade and made it like a sort of like a doo-wop 50s type song. Janelle Monáe, she did an excellent job with her performance. Justin Bieber and Usher performed, and Usher, OMG, this performance is getting kind of old. He did the same exact dance move. I saw when Jaden Smith got on stage, Will and Jada actually, they looked so proud. That was one thing I liked about their performance, was how the look on their face was so happy and so pleased with how their son and how proud of parents that they are of him. Other than that, Usher and Justin Bieber, they did not do a great job. Justin Bieber sounded as though he's going through puberty and that his voice is going to crack any moment. Up next was Katy Perry. She performed. She actually shocked me with her vocals. She did a pretty decent job. I normally don't expect or anticipate Katy Perry to do an amazing job with her singing. She has disappointed multiple times, especially being a new artist and still being a developing artist. You should come, more often with your vocals always sounding good. But she did Teenage Dream, and she did another song, I guess, from her album. She did a great job with that, and she did a little performance. She did a little bit of dancing, and she did a pretty decent job versus the first time I heard her singing at the Teen Choice Awards. But I did know she did not try to go for the big note at the end of the song, and she actually skipped that whole part. Who else performed? Big, colorful performance by CeeLo Green. Only problem was that we already knew what was going to happen. We already knew Gwyneth Paltrow was going to come out. We already knew the Muppets were going to be there. He should have kept his mouth shut and kept it a surprise so everyone would be at awe by seeing, the Muppets there back up singing for him, and seeing Gwyneth Paltrow come out, because she did do the song on Glee, and the song was I believe number 18 on the charts with her performance, and it was kind of a shocker. But his performance was big and colorful and Muppety and cartoonish. But one thing that disappointed me was that when Gwyneth Paltrow came out, she was wearing all black. It was kind of plain everyday clothes. I wish she had one more for it. Rihanna performed twice. I don't understand why she performed twice. I do enjoy her chemistry between Drake and their flirtatiousness and her anger and passion with Eminem. But one thing I didn't understand about her first performance with Eminem was that if it's going to be a feature performance, it should have did her featuring Eminem featuring Rihanna, not the Rihanna version of Love the Way You Lie. They should have did Eminem's version of Love the Way You Lie, a version I enjoy more than the done that Rihanna did. She did the same thing with What's My Name. She did at the American Music Awards, so that wasn't too much expected. And I feel as though she could have went a little bit harder with her dancing, but it's Rihanna. That's what you get. Some shockers. Lady Antebellum won for Album of the Year. No, actually, she won for They won for Record and Song of the Year. The difference between Song and Record of the Year. Record is for the people and the people who are singing the song or rapping the song. Song of the Year is for the people who actually sat down and write the lyrics. So that's the difference. A lot of people don't understand that, but that's the big difference. Song of the Year is for people writing. Record of the Year is for the people who are performing. They won for Need You Now, and when they performed Need You Now on the stage, it kind of made me, I became a fan of theirs, at least for that song. Album of the Year, which I'm glad went to someone alternative and someone different, went to Arcade Fire. I'm not familiar with them at all, but it's good to see that you don't have to sell millions and millions of records to be nominated and to win Album of the Year, and that it's more over talent than being popular. Chris Brown was kind of upset that he didn't win anything for Best R&B Duo or Best Rap Song, which actually went to, I believe, Best Rap Song actually went to Alicia Keys and Jay-Z for Empire State of Mind. I don't understand why he thought that he was going to lose to them. I guess he's upset because of the whole thing with him and Rihanna and Rockefeller Records and all that stuff. But That's the obvious. One thing I'd say for record of the year and song of the year, when they have so many hip hop artists going against each other, it's kind of the votes end up getting divided, and people end up going to get, to Need You Now with Lady Antebellum. Empire State of Mind, everyone was upset that that song did not win for song of the year or record of the year. But one thing I gotta say about that is, it came out so long ago, it's almost got forgotten about the impact and the anthemness of the song, even though anthemness is not a real word, but people forgot how much of an anthem the song was when they're voting, that they went to the next best thing. And thing I like about, I felt as though Nothing on You should have won, because that song just had, it just came out the right time. The song, the way the song is written, the way the song is sung, and the way the song is performed, it has the same feeling as the time of year it came out last year. It had the same kind of springy time, warm weather, March, April kind of mixture in there. Bruno Mars won for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. A lot of people are upset that Michael Jackson won. My only problem with that is that Michael didn't get nominated for his Invincible album, which I feel as though he did not get nominated because he was Wacko Jacko at the time. So, for him to get nominated, and if you did win, it was almost saying that he only won because of his death. And that I don't feel as though when he did even more better of a job with a song like Butterflies, that should have been nominated back in 2002, 2003. But it wasn't. I feel as though that song should have been nominated, should have won, rather than what he was nominated for this time. Best New Artist, a lot of people are thinking Drake or Justin Bieber are going to win. My problem with Justin Bieber, even though I thought he was going to win, is the fact that he's not a true artist. All he does is sing and dance and does very poppy, upbeat songs. Esperanza Spalding, she actually ended up winning the award. She's very different. She's a jazz singer. And if you don't know who she is, she was handpicked by Prince, one of the top critiquer musicians out there, one of the top most talented artists that we have. He picked her to perform and honor him at the BET Awards last year. So if Prince likes you, then there's something that you must have. A lot of people are saying, she had previous albums. Well, the Grammys actually don't take, if you want to be nominated for Best New Artist, and you have multiple albums out, if they don't acknowledge you then with those previous albums, you could keep being nominated for Best New Artist until they acknowledge you as a artist. They acknowledge your material and say, this is our first time we ever saw you or accepted you as a musician. I believe you have up to 3 times to do that with your 4th album. If you are not nominated for Best New Artist, you can't nominate anymore or submit to be the nominations. But until then, until your 3rd album or 4th album comes out, rather, you could keep saying, I want to be nominated for Best New Artist, I want to be nominated for Best New Artist, I want to be nominated for Best New Artist. One thing I also understand, for Album of the Year, they actually nominated Katy Perry for Teenage G, yet she was not nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album, which I don't understand. How could she not be good enough for Best Pop Vocal, but she's actually not worthy of being nominated for Album of the Year. I also still feel as though Beyonce should not have been nominated for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, because Halo was already nominated previously for the recorded version. Why is she nominated now again for live? It almost seems as though they're still milking Sasha Fierce's album. They should actually have, in place of Katy Perry and Beyonce or Lady Gaga, I feel as though Bad Romance is not showcasing her vocals enough. I feel as though You Lost Me by Christina Aguilera and Leona Lewis Happy should have been nominated in those places, since they do showcase their vocals better. They showcase their range, they showcase the power and emotion of these two singers' voices. Whereas though, Beyonce was already nominated for that previously, is like saying, let's nominate you again for the same exact song. Eminem won for Best Rap Album. When he was sitting in a chair like this, I don't even care if I win or whatever. But then when he got his name called out saying that he won, he was real kind of shocked and seemed pretty happy that he did win. Best Male R&B Vocal Performance went to Usher with There Goes My Baby, and Fantasia won for Best Female. Best Dance, which kind of shocked me. I thought Robin was going to win for Dancing on My Own, but actually went to Rihanna for Only Girl in the World. And Best R&B Song went to Shine. Best R&B Contemporary Album went to Usher as Raymond vs. Raymond. Eminem won for Best Solo Performance with Not Afraid. Jay-Z won 3 awards that night for Best Rap Song, Best Rap Duo or Group with Swiss Beats, and he won with Alicia Keys for Best Rap Song. And Best R&B Album went to John Legend and The Roots for Wake Up. I actually thought it should have went to Monica. I did not listen to John Legend, but I mean that's a good collaboration with the two of them, and I did hear a couple of songs, and it was a very inspirational album. So I guess that's why they got the nod. And tell me what you guys think about the awards. Did you guys have any disappointments, any upsets that you saw? Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, comment at the bottom, thumbs up the video. Peace out. Watch previous videos that we have up, and make sure you watch more videos to come in the future.